Hey everybody, Steve, not in South Jersey. And before we get this party started, you know, do hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and comment below. Let me know you have subscribed so I can get back to you as soon as I can. Folks, we are in Highland Park, New Jersey at a Stop and Shop. And folks, this one, it's been confirmed, is closing in 2023. So I'm glad we got there when we did. Now, this particular store was a Mayfair food town when it first was opened in the 70s. And in 1995 or thereabouts, it was one of the many Mayfair food towns sold to Stop and Shop. Well, at that time, it was Edwards Superfoods. And fun fact, in 1999, Supermarkets General or Pathmark stores had proposed that they would be bought out by Edwards and with a parent company, Royal Dutch Ahold. And that would mean that every Edwards store would be rebranded a Pathmark. Unfortunately, the FTC put the kibosh on that. So instead, in 2000, the Edwards stores were all rebranded as Stop and Shop, and that's where we are today. However, some fragments, some elements of the Edwards decor still remain in this very small store. I was surprised at how small the store was on the inside. I mean, I could tell from the outside it wasn't exactly the super centers that you're used to when you go to a Stop and Shop nowadays, but man, it is kind of cozy in here. And judging from some of the decor and some of the floor tiles and whatnot, this store has seen better days. It has the super Stop and Shop style decor with, I don't know if you can notice really closely there. If I turn my head back this way. Yes, there's some kind of missing spot there, and then you have these two green squares, little cutouts. That and the two overhead of us are remnants of Edwards decor. And they haven't remodeled the store probably since it became an Edwards. Even the aisle markers are a little missing something there. But yeah, you could tell this was a very sad-looking store, but what's sadder still is that once this closes in a few months, or even sooner, because we are in December right now as I'm talking to you here, well, the folks of Highland Park are not going to have the store in their area, even though these 11 aisles aren't that big and is kind of cramped. Still, it's better than nothing at all, obviously. It was lunchtime for me when I came up here, so I figured I'd get me a little something to eat. And by the way, if you want to know what my favorite supermarket chain is, it's ShopRite, because unfortunately most of these stores, especially Stop and Shop, they pretty much get their sandwiches trucked in. ShopRite makes them on site. Ooh, a little more Edwards detritus. A little motif of green over there. That's also Edward-esque. And we're probably going to see it as like, yep, there it is again. Again, they pretty much left it as it was as an Edwards, with very little updating to the store. Which is good for us. We get to see a little something from the past. But it would have been nice if they would have kind of kept up on the maintenance a little bit. But that's usually a sign that a store is going to be closing when they don't bother to really keep up on the maintenance. There's a store I want to check out in the near future, and it hasn't gotten a remodel, even though the region it's in, the store chain is planning a lot of remodels. And did a little research on that store. It turns out that it's planned to be closed shortly. Now, over, where you see the thank you for shopping, the typical, message they have there on the front wall there. Right there you see, well, if I just move over to my right. Go on, turn your head, Jay. Okay, yep, right up there is the Edwards clock. That's a leftover from the Edwards era. And I'm just looking around, just seeing what's here. Obviously, the customer service stand is kind of tiny, but again, the whole store is. But there's the Edwards clock again. And I wonder if it works. I really didn't pay too much attention to it. But that should pretty much about do it here. As soon as I get my purchases rung up, you can see how small the store feels even when you're in the checkout lane. And looks like it could use a little more light. Actually, standing here kind of reminds me when I was in the Middlesex Acme, my first trip there. How small that store felt, but at the same time, well, that one's closed too, so that's the end of it for us, folks. Well, folks, like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, tell a friend, check out these stores before they close. You never know what you might find. And I shall see you on the next video. Bye for now. I can't believe I got in this place.